Hello there, it's Simone, and today I would like to share with you the process of making collages from my scraps, my leftover pieces, because I had the idea to send each one of my friends one handmade collage by yours truly, me. I had started to collage on envelopes. And I really loved how those collages turned out. And then the idea was that I would make something that you do not have, that is not going to be destroyed by mail. Sometimes they looked kind of beat up when they arrived at their new um, owner or recipient. And so I thought, well, maybe I can make one that they can just take and then stick right into their journals. Um, I only made four and then I moved. So I haven't really gotten anywhere with those collages, but if you have lots of scraps and you sometimes don't really know where to put your stuff because your journal is already super full and there's just no place else where all of this beautiful stuff could go, creating these collages and sending them in Happy Mail to friends is definitely a really great idea. The way that I go about it, um, well, I'm trying to try and find if there is something like a recipe that I could give you if you want to try this yourself. I try to layer things on top of each other. I really I personally really like when things overlap. Often it has a specific color scheme. Um, it doesn't have to go together per se. So the scale of the bear is not the same as the scale of the printout washi tape that you see in the back. The bear has a shawl wrapped around his neck, so maybe it's even winter, but there is a flower field in the back, and then there's zebras in on this washi tape. I usually try to go with maybe a color scheme, um, but a very broad color scheme because usually you wouldn't necessarily put this turquoise blue as well as the cornflower blue from the printable washi tape strip together. However, in my opinion, again, I am very experimental with the way that I put together colors. This is maybe not pleasing to some people's eyes, but I feel like if there is some kind of tension, so if you have stuff that comes from the same color family, and then you need something to create that specific tension. So maybe you need colors that clash, contrast color, for instance. So in the background, the things that I use, I try to find something like this. What is this? Is this a label? This looks like a phone screen. And I turned it on its side because it's just going to be the background where everything else is going to be on top of. And so I'm trying to put the larger things in the back. Then I'm trying to find these flags. I'm trying to find other smaller items that go on top. Often I'm trying to pick one character to be the focal point or to be the center of attention, basically. Here I decide I'm going to go with this die cut flower, and usually I'm not very picky about the white edges, but here in this instance, felt it was too big, and so I decided to just roughly cut off the white border. So it's just I made it smaller. Um, and my general idea or tip for you is to just go with it. Um, I would probably making collages definitely takes practice, and they won't look perfect when you start out, because you need to start and find what you like. You need to see what so how far do you like things to overlap. Here I thought maybe I need another color, and then I realized no, if I put down this red ticket, it will completely overwhelm this collage, because it will take away from the red color scheme that will just be a pop of color instead of like be all red. So I'm putting down the admit one underneath the hello, and then I'm wondering, let me check on my in my pictures what exactly goes onto this collage as well. Oh yes, that's this collage. So this owl in the coffee cup is a stamp that I stamped onto paper. That is definitely something that I recommend, especially when you don't know how your ink pads will react with the paper that you try to put your stamp onto when it's in a notebook, if it bleeds through or not. Yes, you can totally buy sticker paper, but it is also really great and adds a lot of texture without being bulky if you use different papers from other notebooks. Sometimes it creates a lot of tension when you put cream paper onto white. Again, I know lots of people cannot do this. I really enjoy doing these. You don't do this kind of things because I just really enjoy adding these without thinking about the do's and don'ts of the paper colors. You could use grid paper. You could use maybe if you have. What I really like to use is just scraps of different notebooks. My kids have a Superman coloring book. The paper is super crappy, but it definitely adds a lot of texture, even if you just add it as a layering piece instead of adding like adding a stamp on top. Just the whatever it says. It doesn't. Let me regroup. It doesn't necessarily have to be an antique book for you to be able to use it for layering purposes. You can just look around in your house what you can find. Newspapers, commercial mail. I don't like that it often they are cardstock because they're cards. There's lots of stuff that you can use, but that is something that I don't necessarily enjoy using. But then what you could use as well is, yes, when your kids have notebooks from school that they didn't finish, like the different lines that they use in their notebooks, the line width, practice books that they have that they don't use anymore because they're done with school, all of that really is lots of great resources for layering. And I use these kinds of things as the base to create my collage on top as an anchor. I am at the end of the video. In total, I made 4 collages. Here's a picture of all 4 of them, and then I attached photos of each one of them as close-ups. I hope you are inspired to make your own little collages. I will definitely make more once time allows. I'm hooked, and I hope that the people that receive these collages in the mail will love to add them to their journals. I have started a Ko-fi and will be giving away one collage at the end of the month to all of the subscribers. So you don't have to pay anything. Just follow me over there on Ko-fi, and then you are eligible to receive a Happy Mail envelope with one of those, not necessarily one of those four, but with a collage that I made myself. I hope you are doing well. Let me know in the comments below. Hop on over to Ko-fi and take a look what is going on there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy your day. Until soon, bye.